Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports.
Mingus Marauder Varsity Baseball is on the air. Your 2023 Marauders on KYBC AM 1600 and Verde Valley TV are proudly sponsored by Lawler Construction, quality built homes and commercial projects. Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health and healing people. All Price Insurance, low monthly rates on reliable insurance. Mingus Marauder Baseball is also brought to you by Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Red Rock Collision, locally and family owned and working for you, not the insurance company. And Arizona Smile Designers, smile big, smile bright. Visit azsmiledesigners.com. And now, let's go out to the diamond for today's Mingus Marauder game. With the play-by-play, here's Jackie Bessler.
And a welcome one and all here on a windy day for Mingus Marauder Baseball. It is the Bradshaw Bears coming to town, a Grand Canyon region matchup out here today. And you can tell it is definitely windy. Wind trying to take my television set and blow it away. How about that? We're going to find a way to prop that up. Out here today, we'll see if the wind plays a factor. We have done several windy games here at Mingus Union High School so far this season, and it has definitely played a factor in several of them, especially when the ball gets hit up in the air. Out here today, 88 degrees. It is absolutely gorgeous, sunny skies, and a beautiful day for baseball out here at Mingus Union High School. Well, it's going to be a Grand Canyon region matchup, and when we come back, we're going to look at the records. We're going to look at the Grand Canyon region and talk about that when we return after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, Jackie Bessler along with you on KYBC AM 1600 and 96.3 FM, as well as Verde Valley TV, Sparklight Channel 1056. And you can always catch us on demand at any time and live here today at YouTube, Verde Valley TV. Out here looking at the Grand Canyon region, the Flagstaff Eagles are 12-0 and out in lead of the Grand Canyon region. They are number 4 in the conference rankings. We're going to talk about that here in a moment. Bradshaw Bears 6-0 in section, 10-2 overall, and number 10 in the conference rankings. Prescott sits at 7-1 in the Grand Canyon region, 8-5 overall. Coconino's next at 3-4 in the region, 7-5 and the Mingus Marauders in games that count, 3-5 in the region and 5-8 overall out here today. Looking around the rest of the 4A division, Vista Grande and Dysart going at it. Vista Grande on top of the Black Canyon region right now, undefeated in the region, 7-6 overall, tied with the general record with Dysart, who's 5-1 in the region. Looking at the Keno division, South Point Catholic has the lead. They're 11-1 overall, 4-0 in the region, and they've got a one-game lead on Canyon Del Oro. As we take a look at the Gila division, Suarita's on top. They're 10-2 overall. One of their losses, by the way, coming to the Bradshaw Bears. 6-0 in the region. Desert Skies pretty tight, and Mesquite and Saguaro both 4-1. And the Bradshaw Bears lost to Saguaro and lost to Seton Catholic Prep out of that division as well. 9-3 overall is Mesquite. Saguaro is 11-1 on the season. They're tied in 4A Desert Sky division. In the East Sky division, Arizona College Prep has got a comfortable lead, a 2-game lead, undefeated in the region. Thunderbird and Yuma are going at it in the Skyline. Thunderbird 4-0 in the region. Yuma 4-1. And there's a 1-game difference between those two squads. Paradise Honors is in that division as well. They're 7-7 on the year. They account for one of the Bradshaw Bears' losses as well. Estrella Foothills, 4-0 in the West Valley, followed by Deer Valley. They've got a 2-game lead on them. And the Mingus Marauders here just coming off a game. Last game, let's look at the Estrella Foothills game with Bradshaw Bears. In fact, that was a fantastic game. Estrella Foothills in the lead in their division, and Bradshaw able to defeat them by a score of 9-2. Pardon me, 9-2. And that was earlier. That was the last game. In fact, Estrella Foothills kept to 5 hits, 2 runs, just 1 RBI in the game. Bradshaw in that game, by the way, 8 hits, 9 runs, 8 RBIs, a double, and a couple of home runs. Cazell had a home run in that. He was pitching, and apparently in the first inning struck out the side in the first inning, then came up in the bottom of the first inning, hit a 3-run home run to help his own cause. Gotta love that. That makes things a whole heck of a lot easier. Mingus Marauders, their last game for the Mingus Marauders was on the road. Sorry, the wind is playing havoc here with all of my papers, making it a little bit difficult to get everything put together. A loss at Prescott by a score of 10-3. Lost 2 to Prescott, 12-0, and then 10-3. Split with Coconino, a 5-4 win, and then a 3-2 loss, and lost that one in the bottom of the 7th. Lost both games to Flagstaff, 11-1, and then 17-7. And the rest of the schedule coming up, we've got today's game against Bradshaw Mountain. Thursday, we're going to go back to the softball field, our final softball presentation, and that one on television as well. It'll be the Lady Marauders and the Lady Bears. Then we've got a doubleheader with Lee Williams coming up on Monday. First game is going to be on TV and radio. The second game of the doubleheader is going to be radio only on Monday the 17th due to some commitments that we have with the city of Cottonwood. And then the final game of the season will be back here, Mingus Baseball with Awa Fria, and that'll be senior night coming up on the 19th. And as I understand it, Hunter Cowgill trying to come back from the ankle injury and wants to see if he can be prepared to play for that game. That would be absolutely fantastic if he was. We're going to take a break, and when we return, we will look at starting lineups and some of the matchups between these two squads. The Mingus Marauders and Bradshaw Bears coming up here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. We're back after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We are homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $19 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
And welcome back to Mingus Union High School, home of the Marauders. The Bears and the Marauders going at it out here today. And it is a beautiful sunshiny day. The wind dies down and then kicks up pretty hard. Old Glory right behind us, blowing straight out to left field. We're going to see if that's going to play a role out here today. Looking at the rankings, which of course determine how playoffs go. Well, Sell Point Catholic sits on top with an 11-1 record. Right behind him, the Saguaro Sabercats at 11-1. Sahuarita at 10-2 sits at number 3. The Flagstaff Eagles at 12-0. Sitting at number 4, and I have a feeling that the Bradshaw Bears have actually played some better competition, but they're currently sitting 10th. So 5 is Mesquite, Rio Rico, Canyon del Oro, Flowing Wells. Seton Catholic Prep sits at number 9 at 8-4, and the Bradshaw Mountain Bears at number 10 coming in here today. Estrella Foothills, their previous opponent, at number 12 at 9-2, one of their losses coming to the Bradshaw Bears. Micah Mountain sits at 13, newer school, and it won't be long before they are well out of the 4A division. Sitting on the bubble here, and when I'm talking about the bubble, I'm talking about the play-in round. Number 23 is Coconino at 7-5. Number 24, the Prescott Badgers jumped up into playoff contention, or at least the play-in round contention. They are at 8-5. On the season. Paradise Honors sits on the bubble at number 25, just outside. Mingus, the Marauders, not too far away, number 31. What is it going to take for the Mingus Marauders to get a play-in game for the 2023 season? Well, first and foremost, they're going to have to figure out a way to steal one from the Bears out here, either at home or on the road. And either way, if they can get one from the Bears, it puts them in a much better position, because their final games following 2 with the Bradshaw Bears are going to be 2 with Lee Williams, who currently sit 2-9 on the season, number 33 in the power points, and then number 39 in the power points, Agua Fria, who is 3-9, would be the final game of the season. So certainly the Mingus Marauders trying to figure out how to win 4 out of their last 5, and in doing so has a very good shot of trying to secure themselves a playoff position. Taking a look at the rest of the schedule here for Bradshaw. Bradshaw has got some tough ones coming up, and it'll be interesting. There's going to be a lot of playing forward and backward here, as well, first of all, Bradshaw with a big win over Estrella Foothills on the 7th. That one absolutely huge. They've got 2 with Mingus, and then they've got 2 with number 4 Flagstaff. That's going to determine the Grand Canyon region, could determine the Grand Canyon region, because Prescott's sitting right behind him with 1 loss in the region so far. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. And then they finish up with the Prescott Badgers, a crosstown rival kind of a situation. So they have got 6 games left, all Grand Canyon region games, and 2 of them currently sitting in playoff contention. And so how Bradshaw does in the next 6 games will determine whether or not they've got a shot to jump into the top 8 and get a bye and avoid the play-in round altogether, and then probably get a home game in the first round of the playoffs. That would be key and crucial. Mingus Marauders this season, 6-14-1 on the season, and their wins coming against Greenway, Cactus, Benson, that was tournament play. 2 against Mojave, swept the Thunderbirds, split with Coconino, both 1-run games, and that accounts for the 6 wins for the Mingus Marauders here, looking to try to get, if they can get themselves quite literally 10-15-1 overall, and if they can find a way to make themselves 6-7 in the region, might have a chance at one of those play-in games. Taking a look at how these 2 squads match up against one another, well, Bradshaw comes in 17-3 overall, 6-0 in the Grand Canyon region. They haven't lost at home this season. They are 4-2 on the road out here. They've got 212 runs scored and only 51 against. The Mingus Marauders, 6-14-1, 3-5 in the Grand Canyon region. They are 2-3 at home, so they are almost at 500 here in the friendly confines. They've given up 164 runs and have scored 115. Bradshaw certainly brings the bats. They're averaging better than 10.5 runs per game, where the Mingus Marauders are averaging 5.5 runs per game. Pretty equal on hits, though. And the Mingus Marauders, well, 2 errors per game. Bradshaw averaging 0.6 errors per game. Looking at the batting percentages, Bradshaw batting .381 as a team coming in to today's contest. The Mingus Marauders batting .279 with an on-base percentage of .372. Well, the on-base percentage for the Bradshaw Mountain Bears is .491. Slugging percentage goes their way as well, .512 versus .355 for the Mingus Marauders. Fielding percentage goes their way, .945 versus .861 for the Mingus Marauders, and better overall record, of course, but that's why you put on the cleats and come out and to play baseball, because anything can happen on any given day here for high school baseball out here today. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll look at starting lineups for these two squads when we come back after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
And the coach is heading toward home plate here to meet with the umpires for a conversation. Out here today, saw a familiar face coming across. In fact, Coach Bob Young, part of the coaching crew, one of the assistant coaches for Bradshaw, and head coach Brian Brundrick. Assistant coaches Dino Irwin, Coach Bob Young, of course, and got a chance to catch up with Coach Young a little bit and his squad, and of course he was talking football. He was telling me that Bradshaw scored a heck of a scrimmage game, which is going to be with ALA Queen Creek, Perry, and I can't remember the third team, but there's going to be a 4-team scrimmage coming up. He's already talking football, which is absolutely fantastic, but that will be an experience to play against some of those squads. We're talking 6A squads and not rollover 6A squads. Those are formidable opponents, and Bradshaw is going to be scrimmaging against them before they start their season off football-wise with Snowflake. So taking a look at the Mingus Marauders here, defensively, it's going to be Aiden Little in left field. Landon McGurk will be in center, and Brandon Venezuela will be patrolling right field out here today. Around the diamond, Coy Miller at third base. Julian Esquer gets the start at shortstop here today. Ben Balo in his usual position at second base. Cameron Davis as well at first base behind the plate out here today. A familiar name for Mingus Marauder fans, Xavier Buckner will be catching here today. And on the mound, Isaiah Pops Godina. So Pops will get the start out here today for the Mingus Marauders. And let's see if we can look up a few stats for Godina, pitching-wise. For the 2023 season, Godina has a 5.25 ERA, 0-2 on the season, though. He's pitched 26 2/3 innings, given up 33 hits, 28 runs, 20 of them earned, 14 free passes and base on balls with 23 strikeouts to go along with it. Teams are batting .284 against him with an on-base percentage of .381. Taking a look at the visiting squad, Bradshaw Bears here defensively. It's going to be around the diamond. Elias Avila will be at first base. Vinny Magdaleno will be at second base. Dalton Irwin patrols shortstop area. Wes Collier will be at third base, wearing 99. How about that? Behind the dish, it's going to be Garrison Jones in the outfield. Rylan Osbjornson will be in right field. Shane Levisay will be in center. And Josh Cazell, after pitching against Estrella Foothills, will get the start in left field out here today. They're lining up for the national anthem, one and all. And we're going to take another break here. We will return to Mingus Union High School coming up after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
And our nation's anthem out there, which always reminds me to thank our military, all of those that are active duty. Both of these high schools have several players and especially athletes over the last many years that have gone on to serve this country in various branches of the United States military, and I wish them well. I wish them safety wherever they may be, and thank them very much for their service. If you have served this phenomenal country, I thank you for your service as well. On the mound out here today for the Bradshaw Bears, it is going to be Nate Ramirez. Let's get some stats on him. Pitching for the 2023 season. Ramirez is a senior with a 2.96 ERA. He's 3-2 on the season overall. 6 appearances. He's pitched in 26 innings, pretty similar to Godina out here today. He's given up 20 hits, 17 runs, only 11 earned runs, 15 free passes, along with 27 strikeouts. Here's Rob Harrison, Susie Q. Glad to see him out here today. Ramirez teams are batting .202 against him with an on-base percentage of a .325. But it's going to be Godina on the mound here first for the Mingus Marauders. With his warm-up pitches out here. Batting order is going to be Wes Collier. Third baseman will start off. Vinny Magdaleno, the second baseman, will bat second. Josh Cazell, the left fielder out here today, will bat third. And if anybody gets on, it's going to be Elias Avila from first base, batting cleanup here today. Kishan Patel will bat fifth and play DH. Garrison Jones, the catcher, will bat sixth out here today. Dalton Irwin, the shortstop, bats seventh. Batting eight here today, Rylan Osbjornson. I'm going to work on that one. The right fielder out here today. And batting ninth out today, Shane Levisay, the center fielder. Again, the Mingus Marauders infield, it goes Davis, Balo, Esquire, and Miller across the infield. Outfield, Venezuela, McGurk, and Little. Buckner behind the plate. Godina on the mound here today, and we are ready for first pitch. Collier steps in, a lefty, batting leadoff here for the Bradshaw Bears. Godina gets his sign. And our first pitch of the day is a breaking ball low. 1-0 the count. Just underway, first inning out here today. First time these two teams have matched up for Grand Canyon Region play in 2023. And that one's going to go into left center field, and it will drop. And we'll get behind the left fielder out there, Little, and cruising into second, and stopping there is going to be Collier. So a single, and then unable to pick up the ball out there was Little. Bounced over the glove. Got a little help from McGurk, who was backing him up. Collier is sitting on second here for the Bradshaw Bears. Magdaleno comes up second. Playing second base out here today. Out of the stretch now. It's Godina, and he hits him. Another lefty hits him in the right hip. So 2 on, nobody out. Cazell steps in. Cazell was 1 for 4. That one was a 3-run shot against Estrella Foothills. Godina out of the stretch. Delivers, and it's high. Ball 1. Back to the stretch, here we are, 1-0 count. Here's the delivery, and that'll stay high and outside for ball 2. Zell's batting .468 on the season. 2 home runs, 5 extra base hits overall, and a 2-0 count with 2 on. On a windy day here at Mingus Union High School, just underway, top of the first inning. Scare tries to sneak in behind. There we go. Breaking ball in for a strike. Dina comes back to challenge him. 2-1 count to the big right-hander. Godina taking his time out there on the mound. Looks back at first, although nobody's holding him on. And delivers, and a line drive right center field. That's going to get down. That's going to split the outfield and roll to the wall. Should score 2. Coming around and scoring, and with a stand-up triple out there is going to be Josh Cazell. 2 RBIs just like that. Coming home to score is Magdaleno. And Collier, the leadoff hitter. 2 in, nobody out now. Elias Avila, pardon me, steps in. And he will look at strike 1 on the breaking ball. Against Estrella Foothills, he was 2 for 3, 2 hits, 2 RBIs in the game. That one will stay high. 1-1 the count. Just underway. A single to the leadoff hitter. Went to second on a fielding error. A hit by pitch made it first and second. Then a stand-up triple, 2 RBIs. That one's up and out by Cazell. 2-1 now the count. 2-0 the score here. Bradshaw on top. Out of the full windup goes Godina. And he delivers, and it's going to be a hard shot past the third baseman. That's going to score 1. And the hard shot single past Miller at third there. Scores Cazell from third. RBI goes out to Avila. And the DH steps in, Kishan Patel. He didn't play against Estrella Foothills, and we got Coach Quesada coming out to chat with his squad. 3 in, 1 on, nobody out here in the top of the first. Kishan Patel, a senior, batting .344 on the season, 11 for 32. 14 runs, 17 RBIs. He's got 2 doubles and 2 home runs to go with it. Pushes dirt around, uses the back of the box. Even stance out there and out of the stretch goes Godina. Davis has got him held on at first. And there's a strike. Good pitch. Inside part of the plate and low. Vila on first. Davis holding him on. Godina out of the stretch. The wind starting to die down out here, which is great. And got him to swing on the curveball. Buckner keeps it in front of him for strike 2. Pop's trying to limit the damage out here in the first. Out of the stretch. Our delivery. And they throw behind the runner. And almost, but swipe tag just misses him out there. 1-2 the count now. To the designated hitter, Garrison Jones. The catcher is on deck. He would be the 6th batter in the inning. What did I say about the wind? Oh, I was wrong about that. The wind kicks up hard. That one outside. Breaking ball misses. 2-2 now the count. Third base coach calls out a sign. See if there's a hit and run or a play on. Godina glances back at the runner, delivers to home plate, and it's fouled off. Over the top of us and into the ditch. New baseball. Count remains 2-2. 3 in, 1 on, and nobody out so far here in the top of the first inning. Godina gets a called strike 3. Strike about looking is the DH, Patel. And that's the first out of the inning, bringing up Garrison Jones. Jones was 1 for 3 against Estrella Foothills. Another lefty steps in there for the Bradshaw Bears. And that one close, but no cigar. Ball 1. Jones, a sophomore, batting .350 on the season. He's got 14 hits. A lot of space on that left side, and they goes to left field. Little picks up this one, and it's only going to advance 1 station out there. A good throw back into Coy Miller at third. Keeps Avila from advancing. So 1 out, another single. Fourth hit in the inning, and Dalton Irwin steps up, the shortstop. Irwin, another senior, batting .368 with 14 hits, 14 for 38. 25 runs scored. He's got 10 RBIs, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. First and second now, 1 out, 3 in, shows bunt, pulls it back. And it's ball 1. So Mingus playing back in the middle infield. Shortstop and second baseman playing deep. First base and third base. toward the lip of the grass, and that one's outside for ball 2. Around the outfield, everybody's playing fairly deep. Certainly not shallow against the Bradshaw Bears. Godina out of the stretch again, working hard, facing his 7th batter. And that one's fouled off. 1-2. Pardon me, 2-1 the count. Obi Orenson on deck, right fielder. Godina now ready to deliver. 2-1 the count. Scare slips in behind the runner at second. No throw. Comes to the plate instead, and it's ball 3. 3-1 the count. 2 on, 1 out, 3 in here in the top of the first. Bradshaw comes in at 17-3 on the season. Number 10, according to the rankings for 4A. And a big swing and a miss. Pops went right after him. So a full count now. Only out in the inning was a strikeout. Godina trying to battle back here. Payoff pitch on the way, and it is outside. The walk loads the bases. Avila heads over to third. Jones off to second, and placing him at first is going to be Irwin. Obi Orenson, right fielder, steps in. He was 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI against Estrella Foothills last game. And away ahead of the breaking ball for a strike. 8th batter in the inning. Bases loaded, 3 in, 1 out. Pops Godina set to deliver. And he'll get strike 2 called. So he's ahead of Obi Orenson. 0-2. And that one will stay high. Went back to the breaking ball. Did not come down. 1-2 now the count. Well, the Bradshaw Jr. is batting .375 on the season with 9 hits. 9 for 24, 19 runs scored. And he'll pop that one right side. Balo's got a beat on it and comes down with it. Throws the ball here into home plate. There we go. Nobody advances. And the pop out to the second baseman is out number 2. So now 2 outs, bases loaded. And Godina at this point would consider himself quite fortunate to try to get out of this first inning, only giving up 3. Levisay steps in, the center fielder, wearing number 33 out there. He was 0 for 2 with an RBI against Estrella Foothills. Godina delivers, and that's going to miss for ball 1. Low and outside. Godina having to work hard here on what turns out to be the hottest day of 2023 so far. About 88 degrees here at game time, and that one is fouled off. And over the backstop and into the ditch. 1-1 the count. Started off with a single, then a hit by pitch, a triple, scoring 2. And that one's lined hard over the fence and out of play. 1-2 the count. So single, hit by pitch, 2-run triple, RBI single, strikeout, single, base on balls, pop out to the second baseman, and now, and that one thrown actually behind the batter. 2-2 now the count. Godina trying to battle back, trying to fight through this first inning. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball going to Esquer at shortstop. Throws hard across the diamond, and it is too late. Two are going to score as the ball gets by Davis. So an infield single. And that will score two, making it 5-0. Avila comes home. And Garrison Jones with 2 outs running, of course. Comes all the way home from second base. Irwin, who walked, is now sitting at third. And a high bouncer infield single by Levisay keeps the inning alive. And they have batted around. We're back to the top of the order here for the Bradshaw Bears. And a strike called, a fake steal out there by Levisay. Probably trying to get the throw, see if they can steal a run. 5-0 here. Top of the first. Godina has had to work hard. A lot of pitches here in the first inning. And that one's going to get away from Buckner. Coming home to score is going to be Irwin. Off to second base is Levisay. So 6 in. A 1-1 count on our lefty leadoff hitter, who singled, went to second on an error, and then scored on a 2 RBI triple by Kazell back, well, earlier in the first. So 1 on, 6 in, 2 out, and that one stays high. 2-1 the count. Collier batting .640 on the season. And that's going to be ball 3. 29 for 63 with 25 runs scored. 20 RBIs. 22 now if you count the first inning. 4 doubles, got a couple of home runs and a triple. Second triple of the season. Nope. That one is going to miss. That is going to be, I don't know if that hit him. It may have hit him. I think it did because they did not allow the runner to advance, so Levisay not allowed to advance. So that got a piece of Collier. Magdaleno steps in. He got hit by a pitch earlier this inning. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the first. Godina on the mound. Esquer comes over. Esquer slipped in behind the runner there at second. Levisay. Godina did not turn to throw. Instead, he gets a strike on Magdaleno. Second pitch he's seen. Oh, and he's going to pop that one up behind us and heading over the top of us. I think it missed the truck. 2-2 the count. Godina wants a different ball, and he gets his wish. 2-2 the count. Godina trying to make this first inning come to an end. 6-0 out here. The Bradshaw Bears on top. Godina out of the stretch. Delivers and gets a strikeout. So he gets the strikeout to end the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning. However, the Bradshaw Bears strike with 6 here in the top of the first. The Mingus Marauders coming up after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit lawlerconstructionaz.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, 6 runs come across on 5 hits, a walk, 2 hit batsmen here in the top of the first inning for the Bradshaw Bears. The Mingus Marauders coming up. It's going to be the top of the order for the Mingus Marauders. Let's go through their order. Leadoff is going to be Landon McGurk, the center fielder. Pops Godina, the pitcher out here today, will bat second. Xavier Buckner, the backstop for the Mingus Marauders, bats third. Ben Balo from second base will be cleanup out here today. First baseman Cameron Davis will bat number 5. Third baseman Coy Miller bats number 6 out here today. Ethan Cowgill will get designated hitter duties and a bat 7th. Brandon Venezuela from right field will bat 8th, and rounding it out, Julian Esquer, the shortstop, will bat 9th here today for the Mingus Marauders. Defensively, Levisay is in center. Osby Orenson is in right. Cazell is in left. Around the diamond, it's Collier, Irwin, Magdaleno, Avila, and Avila at first. Jones is behind the plate. And on the mound out here today is Nate Ramirez. Ramirez comes in with a .296 ERA. 26 innings pitched, giving up 20 hits, 17 runs, 11 earned, 15 walks, and 27 strikeouts. And McGurk pops that one straight up in the air. Jones, the catcher, is going to miss it. The wind plays some havoc out here, and McGurk gets a second life out there. It went straight up and literally came down about 8 feet from the batter's box. McGurk gets away with just a strike. Ramirez onto the windup. Pitches, misses that one. McGurk was 1 for 4 against Prescott, had a run scored in his last game. 1-1 count, and a breaking ball, he'll foul off. 1-2 now the count to the leadoff hitter for the Mingus Marauders. If you're just joining us, an onslaught of runs here in the top of the first. 6 from the Bradshaw Bears. The Mingus Marauders batting in the bottom of the first, trying to battle back. And that one is going to miss for ball 2. 2-2 the count. McGurk actually pitched against Prescott for an inning. Now with a 2-2 pitch. And he'll line that one to the second baseman, who catches it in the air. And the line out. It's almost like he was trying to direct it to the right-hand side. Magdaleno got the glove up underneath the ball. Line drive, kept it off the dirt. That'll be out number 1 for the Mingus Marauders, and Pops Godina steps in. Godina was 1 for 3 against Prescott with a run scored, and he'll hit that one center field, and it'll be handled out there by Levisay for out number 2. So Xavier Buckner steps in. Buckner was 2 for 3, no runs or RBIs against Prescott in the last game, and the lefty catcher for the Mingus Marauders. Throws right, bats left. Steps in with 2 out, nobody on against Ramirez. And he'll take strike 1. Ramirez takes his time getting back, looks for his sign, uses the right side of the rubber, very right side of the rubber, and delivers. Breaking ball's in for a strike. 0-2 now the count to Buckner. Infield playing back. Outfield playing pretty standard against the Mingus Marauder catcher. Ramirez delivers, and that one stays outside. 1-2 the count. Ramirez trying to set down the Mingus Marauders in order. A line out and a fly out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Live out there is Buckner. Didn't like the pitch, but had to waste it. It was too close. 1-2 the count. Buckner gets himself ready. Ramirez looks for the sign. Gets his sign into his delivery. And that one hit hard, but foul down the first baseline. Got ahead of it, stays 1-2 the count. Buckner leads the Mingus Marauders with a batting average of .511 on the season. Trying to get a 2-out rally going, and he pushes that one to the left-hand side. It is deep in the hole, and they'll just have to eat it out there. Irwin doesn't even make the throw, and an infield hit out there for Xavier Buckner as he guided that one toward the hole. Once it got past Collier at third base, and it was going to be an extremely difficult play out there for Irwin, who just chose to keep it in the infield. Pinch runner out there for the Mingus Marauder catcher. Bowers is going to run for him at first base, so Mingus, 2 outs, 1 on. The umpire is talking to Ramirez about getting set in his delivery. So this is much more of a warning against a balk. And now the head coach for Bradshaw is going to come out and chat with the umpire about the conversation that he's having out here with his pitcher, making sure that he's understanding what the umpire is trying to say. And the umpire is demonstrating that he has to come set. So that means that he's going to be watching for balk calls as we move along here in this game. Coach Casada approaching the third baseline, seeing if he can overhear part of the conversation in case it's going to adhere to his pitcher as well. In the meantime, Ben Balo, the second baseman for the Mingus Marauders, getting a chance to bat with a man on here for the Mingus Marauders in the bottom of the first. Balo was 1 for 2 against Prescott. No runs, no RBIs. And on the season, Ben Balo has an average of .432 on the season, 19 for 44, 12 runs, 10 RBIs, single, a couple of triples, and a home run. Long conversation out here now between the two umpires, conversing what they see and what they think is appropriate. Long time for Ramirez not to actually throw a pitch. And Balo, who warmed up in the on deck, is patiently waiting outside of the box here. Looks like one umpire is going to come back behind home plate. The other is going to split between first and second. And we're going to get back to baseball out here. 2 out, 1 on. The Mingus Marauders trailing 6-0 here in the bottom of the first. Ramirez delivers, and inside, Balo jumps out of the way just a little. 1-0 count. Came inside with the fastball. Now let's see if We're going to have the set situation. There's the set, and it stays high. 2-0 the count. Cameron Davis, the first baseman, hoping to get a chance here. See if Balo can move somebody around here. Bowers running for Buckner out at first base. Gets his lead. Ramirez delivers in a high shot left center field, and that is going, and it is gone. A home run out there by Ben Balo, and he hit that one a ton. That was a line drive that left the field, almost pointed right at our camera, so hopefully you got a great camera angle on Verde Valley TV of that one. That ball coming right at you like a cannon shot. Makes it 6-2, and the Mingus Marauders are on the board just like that. Balo, his second home run of the season, and RBIs 11 and 12. Cameron Davis steps in trying to keep the inning alive for the Mingus Marauders. Cut the lead by a third now. Ramirez delivers and gets strike one. Cam Davis was 0 for 3 against Prescott the last game. And we're going to get another conversation here in regards to a box situation. Ramirez, see if he changes anything. And out of the full windup, gets the swinging strike for strike two. 0-2 the count. 2 out now, 2 in for the Mingus Marauders in the bottom of the first. 6-2. The Bears on top. And that one grounded to the third baseman. Collier across the diamond. A good stretch out there by Avila. And they get the out for out number 3. The inning comes to an end. Ground out goes 5-3, and the Mingus Marauders are retired. However, they get 2 on the Ben Balo shot. Left center field right at our camera out there, and cut the lead in a third. It is going to be 3, 4, and 5. Cazell, Avila, and Patel coming up for the Bradshaw Bears when we return after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Godina comes out for his second inning of work out here in the first inning. Top of the first inning, quite a while ago. Gave up 6 runs, 5 hits, a walk, 2 hit batsmen in the top of the first. Also got 2 strikeouts. And the other, a pop out to Balo at second base. Number 15 steps in, Josh Cazell. 2 RBI triple in the first inning. And he'll look at that one high and outside. Bradshaw Bears coming in today, 17 and 3. They've played some pretty decent competition as well. Godina delivers, gets the strike call on that one. 1-1 the count. Early tournament, 2 wins over 5 A teams, 6 A teams rather. Liberty and West Point, 10-4 and 12-2. A loss to Paradise Honors, and that one's fouled off. That one I'm sure Bradshaw would like to have back. And that loss to Paradise Honors. Paradise Honors now 7-7 on the season, a 5-3 loss. And that was on the road. A 4-3 loss to Saguaro. Tied for first in the Desert Sky Division, and Good attempt out there by Buckner to frame that one. Doesn't get the call. 3-1 the count. I think it's 3-2 the count, I'm sorry. And a reach and a strike 3. Running down to first, thinking that it maybe got by Buckner, but it did not. And the strikeout to lead off the second inning out here for the Mingus Marauders. Third strikeout in the game for Godina. See if he can get his sights set on that strike zone. Avila steps in. He had an RBI single back in the first. Also scored in the first. Godina delivers to him, and that one's going to bounce to the plate. 1-0 the count. Bradshaw Bears also beat Suarita, who's number 1 in the Gila division. Ooh, a high fly ball. Center field, McGurk going back, up against the wall, and it's gone. So McGurk trying to get to it, finally ran out of territory, and the home run shot by Elias Avila. He's 2 for 2 in the game. Picks up his second RBI. Well, you can tell the wind is kicking up, and that one blowing out to center field probably helped that one. A high fly ball to center field. McGurk just ran out of room. So 7-2 now the score. And the breaking ball drops in for a strike. Patel steps in. He was called out on strikes looking in the first inning. Godina delivers, and that one's fouled off. Near side, third baseline. Patel batting .344 on the season. Looking for his 12th hit of the season. Pops Godina has him in a hole, 0-2 now. See if he goes right at him or wastes a pitch. And he goes right after him, gets the strikeout. 4th strikeout in the game for Godina. Had good movement on that one as Garrison Jones steps in. The lefty hitting catcher. No, number 18 is batting. How about that? I gotta look him up. Number 18 is batting. Yeah, that's Garrison Jones. There we go. Got a wrong number on my card here. There we go. 1-0 the count, now 2-0. Four strikeouts in the game for Godina. 2 in this inning, 2 in the first. So it went strikeout, home run, strikeout. And that one, a high fly foul. Left-hand side, heading toward the snack bar and off the front of the snack bar. 2-1 the count. No, 1-2. Pardon me. Godina, see if he comes right after him. And there it is. There's a strike. And the wind is playing havoc with our equipment. Godina delivers. And we'll get the looking strike 3 out there. Strikes out the side. This one, the backward K, 5th strikeout in the inning. So Godina keeps it to a 1-run inning for the Bradshaw Bears, who lead 7-2. The Mingus Marauders coming up. It is going to be 6, 7, and 8. Coy Miller playing third base. Ethan Cowgill, the designated hitter out here today. The right fielder, Brandon Venezuelan. And if anybody gets on, the number 9 hitter, Julian Esquire for the Mingus Marauders when we return after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, Ramirez will come on for his second inning of work with a 7-2 lead over the Mingus Marauders. Ben Balo, a 2-run shot in the first inning, accounted for the Mingus Marauders' 2 runs. Home run in the top of the second made it 7-2. Coy Miller can come up for the Mingus Marauders. Wearing number 20 out there. He was 0 for 2 against Prescott in the last game. And he will look at strike number 1. Top end of the strike zone. Now he's ready. Next pitch. High fly ball, center field. It's short. Center fielder coming in. He's got a beat on it and will squeeze it. Levisay with the out. So fly out to center field is the first out of the second inning. Mingus did all of their damage with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Ethan Cowgill steps in. Designated hitter. He was 0 for 3 against Prescott. And he will take strike 1. 0-1 the count. Cowgill waiting for the pitch. There it is. And that one will be outside. So Hunter Cowgill started the season for the Mingus Marauders as a pitcher. Got injured in a practice, and a swing and a miss for strike 2. He's trying really hard to get back for the final game of the season, which would be against Agua Fria. That would be senior day. Trying to come back for that game. Saw him here today. He's got his boot off. Went from surgery to a boot. Now he's got his boot off, and there's strike 3. A swinging strike 3 out there for Ethan Cowgill. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Brandon Venezuela. Venezuela was 1 for 3 in the last game against the Prescott Badgers. Right fielder out here for the Mingus Marauders. We'll look at that one low. Ball 1, Jones tries to frame it. Doesn't get the call. Martinez delivers, and a foul tip. Even the count at 1-1. Venezuela batting 182 on the season, 2 for 11. No runs, no RBIs. Trying to get something going here in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs. Mingus Marauders trailing 7-2, and he'll foul that one off. Had a good cut at it. 1-2 the count now. Esquer, the shortstop for the Mingus Marauders, batting number 9. Hoping to get an opportunity here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1-2. And it's going to be strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and the Mingus Marauders go up 1-2-3 and down 1-2-3. 1 swinging strikeout, 1 looking strikeout, and that'll end the second inning. The Mingus Marauders coming out for, well, it'll be the Bradshaw Bears up for the top of the third with a 7-2 lead. We're back to Mingus Union High School after this.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We are homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $19 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, a windy day, a sunny day, but a windy day here at Mingus Union High School. Winds anywhere from 12 to 15 miles an hour. 88 degrees was our temperature at game time out here, and it's going to be 7, 8, and 9. Irwin, Osby Orenson, and Levisay coming up the bottom of the order for the Bradshaw Bears. Irwin walked and scored back in the first inning. Godina out for his third inning of work, and a line drive going to the shortstop. Askew takes it up on a hop over to Davis for an out. Ground out goes 6-3. Hard hit to a scared shortstop. Took it off the one hopper. Able to get it across the diamond to Davis for the first out of the third inning. Osby Orenson steps in. He popped out to Balo in the first inning, and ahead of the curveball for strike one. He was 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI against Australia Foothills, and now he's down 2-0. All right. And the wind kicking up, playing havoc out here again. Godina, let's see if he goes right after him and misses with the breaking ball, but 3 breaking balls in a row out here. 1-2 the count now to the right fielder for the Bradshaw Bears. Godina delivers. Oh, stays high. Went back to the fastball. Couldn't get it down. A little too high to produce the swing. 2-2 pitch out. And there it is, strike 3. And Pops Godina coming around with the strikeouts out here today. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6. 6 strikeouts so far. See if we can get the fans to start doing the K signs up against the fence, or maybe out in the outfield. 6 strikeouts so far. 2 out, nobody on, and the number 9 hitter takes ball 1. Levisay singled and went to second on an error. Back in the first. On deck, it's the top of the order. Collier, third baseman, sits on deck. Godina delivers, and just outside, off the glove, Buckner. Xavier pops up, throws it back. 2-0 the count. Nobody on, 2 out. Top of the third inning, if you're just joining us, the Bradshaw Bears leading 7-1. They scored 6 in the top of the first. Had a solo home run in the top of the second. There's a strike. 2-1 the count now. And here in the third inning, Godina trying to get his first clean inning. 2-1 the count. Godina delivers and gets the swinging strike. A little bit of a foul tip. I think that caught part of Buckner as he was moving the fingers around, trying to make sure he had feeling and everything. Gives a thumbs up to the dugout saying he's okay. And we're going to go back at it here. 2-2 the count now. Godina out of the full windup. And oh, so close. Wanted the call, didn't get it. The breaking ball swerved across the strike zone. It makes it a full count. Payoff pitch on the way here. Godina gets his sign, gets the one he likes. And there's the delivery. Gets a swinging strike 3 to get out of the inning. 2 more strikeouts in the inning for Godina. And the Bradshaw Bears go up 1-2-3. The Mingus Marauders coming up here in the bottom of the third, trailing by 5. Trying to get some runs underway. It's going to be 9-1-2. Esquire, McGurk, and Godina coming up when we return after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
All right, just having a conversation with the fans out here. We have come to the specific conclusion that the Bradshaw Bears brought this wind with them from Prescott Valley, because it is always blowing like this in Prescott Valley. So they must have brought it on the bus and released it here in Cottonwood. So it is their fault that it is windy out here today. We're going to go with that conclusion. See if that one sticks. Ramirez comes out for his third inning of work. He's going to face Julian Esquire for his first at-bat of the game, the number 9 hitter for the Mingus Marauders. Mingus needs to be in this one. Actually, they need to steal a game here from the 10th-ranked Bradshaw Bears if they can. That could propel them into a possible situation of getting into a play-in game. First pitch way high. 1 for 3. His one hit being a double against Prescott the last game. Faces a 1-0 count from Ramirez. And Ramirez delivers, and that one is low, misses twice. 2-1 now the count. Mingus trailing by 5, 7-2. Trying to crawl back into this one. Outfield. The right fielder playing relatively shallow against the righty here from Mingus for the Mingus Marauders. And the Marauder shortstop gets ahead here, 3-0. Let's see if he's got a green light from Coach Casada here. Ramirez delivers, and right down the pipe for a strike. 3-1, challenged him. And now he gets the green light, at least verbally, from the third base coach. Let's see if that matches the sign. Ramirez delivers, and it's fouled off. So he fights back to a full count and a payoff pitch to the leadoff hitter here for the Marauders in the bottom of the third. Mingus scored their 2 in the bottom of the first. An infield single by Buckner that he beat out. And then a 2-run home run by Ben Balo. And that one, a shot to center field. And it's not going to be quite deep enough, and catching it out there is Levasseur. He broke back immediately and then settled down into mid-center field out there. Hard shot, line out to the center field. Nothing wrong with that hit. Just unfortunately is one of those right atoms. And speaking of which, McGurk steps up. He lined out to the second baseman, his first time up. Takes a strike inside part of the plate for an 0-1 count. Magdaleno, second baseman, got that glove down. Was able to catch it in the air and took something off, and out in front of it is McGurk, 0-2. Center fielder for the Mingus Marauders and leadoff hitter, 0 for 1 in the game. Trying to get something going with one out here in the bottom of the third. And he'll wait on that one and pop it up. Infield, Avila will glove it for the second out. So the pop out to the first baseman counts for out number 2, and Pops Godina steps in with 2 outs. Mingus did all their damage in the first inning with 2 outs. Trying to get something going. Buckner is on deck for the Mingus Marauders. Ramirez delivers and will get the strike. Pops Godina flew out to Levisay in center field, his first time up in the first inning. And a hard foul on that caught him. And he is going to try to walk that one off. That one hurt. He got a lot of his own leg on that one. And he is going to try to figure out a way to walk that one off. We're going to see if that's going to affect his pitching too. That is not a good sign for the Mingus Marauders. 0-2 the count, and thought he was going to go to the ground with that one. And still struggling. Think he got it off either the ankle or the shin. And it looks like the left leg that he is gimping on here. No, I'm pretty sure he's going to tough this out and get back in there. No, he's talking about it hitting right in that shin area. That hurts. Big swing. Fouled it off that front leg. You see so many of the professional players that they have all of that armor on that front leg, trying to avoid this very situation. Godina goes to a squat. We're going to take a break here. We're going to take a 30-second break here, give him a moment to try to get himself gathered, see if he can get back in that batter's box. We'll return to Mingus Union High School after this.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, Pops Godina does get back in there. He's going to fight this one out. An 0-2 count, and he will strike out to end the inning out there. Although we're going to see if that's going to affect his pitching here for the top of the fourth inning. So the Mingus Marauders go down in order for the second inning in a row. Ramirez gives up 2 in the first inning, a single and then a home run by Ben Balo, and then sets down the Mingus Marauders in order in the second and in the third. Well, Godina got his clean inning, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be the top of the order. Collier, Magdaleno, and Cazal coming up for the Bradshaw Bears when we return after this.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
And back here, the Mingus Marauders for the top of the fourth inning. As Godina's warming up, Coach Casada's out there to see exactly how he's doing and how he's landing. He took it off of his left leg, which is going to be his land leg as a pitcher. The wind howling once again out here in Mingus Union High School. So Mingus is playing for the possibility to put themselves into a play-in situation here for the Mingus Marauders in the 2023 season. Bradshaw comes in ranked number 10, and they have their eyeballs set on the top 8 and getting out of the play-in situation altogether. Godina delivers, and the first one is low. Ball 1. Fourth inning. If you're just joining us, top of the first didn't go well for the Mingus Marauders. Gave up 6. And a hard shot through the infield, and that is going to be a base hit out there by Wes Collier. He's 2 for 2 in the game, 2 singles, and in between a hit by pitch. Both a single and a hit by pitch back in the first inning. Second inning, they scored 1, a home run, a single solo home run by Avila. Magdaleno comes in. Second baseman shows bunt, does bunt, bunts foul. So that'll be strike 1. Trying to advance the runner out to second. Collier has 4 stolen bases on the season, by the way, as he sits out at first. Davis holds him on at first. Buckner's got a gun behind the plate. There's no doubt about that. Godina delivers. There's the bunt attempt. It comes back to the pitcher. He's going to throw to second, and Balo hangs on to it and gets the out at second. How about that? Godina owes him a lunch certificate or something, because he threw that ball way to the second base side of second base, and Ben Balo able to stretch out and maintain contact with second base to get the force out. So the fielder's choice out there. And they throw over to first, not in time. Collier is out at second. Magdaleno replaces him at first with the fielder's choice, and that brings up Cazal, who has tripled with 2 RBIs and struck out. And that is going to be a ball. Buckner came out of his crouch like he was going to throw behind the runner. Magdaleno, a junior, only has 1 stolen base on the season, but a decent lead out there. Godina delivers and just misses. Looked good, but must have just missed outside. 2-0 the count to the left fielder for the Bradshaw Bears. Top of the 4th inning. Bradshaw with a 5-run lead, 7-2. There's been 2 home runs hit here in this game so far. Godina there gets the breaking ball to break in. There's the strike. 2-1 the count. He's now batting .468 on the season. He's got 16 RBIs. Well, 2 more than that. Actually, he's got 18 now, if you include the 2 from the first inning. 29 hits on the season, and he'll drive that one to center field. And McGurk will come in and get it back into the infield very quickly to a scare, and they throw behind the runner, no tag. Magdaleno goes on to second. Line drive single, and only 1 station produced. So base by base, and Avila comes in. Avila singled, had an RBI single and scored in the first, and then had a solo home run in the second, so he's 2 for 2. Big number 23 steps in with 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Godina glances at second, then delivers, gets the strike on the curveball. Breaking ball comes across the plate. Godina, his last at bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning, fouled off of his left shin pretty hard, inside part of that shin. Seems to be landing okay and gets strike number 2. 0-2 the count to Avila. Avila didn't want to have anything to do with that curveball. And it was a good one. Out of the stretch. Comes set, glances at second. Back to home. And a line drive goes through the hole between second and third. One run's going to score. Little will get it in. And it'll be an RBI single out there. 3 hits. 3 RBIs out there for Avila. Coming home to score from second is Magdaleno. Moving on to second is Cazell. And Avila replaces him at first. So 1 in. 3 singles in the inning so far. 2 on, 1 in, 1 out. And it is now 8-2 in favor of the Bradshaw Bears. And a big swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Sean Patel, strikeout victim twice against Codina. Codina looking for the hat trick. And fakes the throw to second. And then does throw. Just lobs it out there for a scare. Nowhere near the base, though. Decent lead again by Cazell. Not holding on the runner at first, of course. 0-1 count to Patel, the batter. And that one stays high. 1-1. Garrison Jones, the catcher, is on deck. Six strikeouts so far in the game for Godina. Scare makes a move at second. He'll go back to his position at short. And the pitch comes in and just does not catch the inside part of the plate. 2-1 the count. Godina staying with the breaking ball against the Bradshaw Bears here. 2 on, 1 out, 1 in. Top of the fourth, 8-2, Bradshaw leading. And that one's low for a 3-1 count. So Patel, who has struck out twice, finds himself in a hitter's count, 3-1 now. Godina out of the stretch. Outfield playing fairly deep. Jockeying for position out there is Cazell at second. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Had a green light. Took a cut at it. Didn't catch up to the fastball. Well placed, low in the strike zone. Mingus looking for a ground ball here toward the middle, maybe a double play ball. Get out of the fourth inning, only giving up 1. Godell. Oh, and a swing and a strikeout. Third strikeout of the game for Patel. And the curveball that actually left the strike zone. Too far outside, but he swung at it anyway. 7th strikeout for Godina in the game. Second out in the inning. Godina has both outs. Godina delivers, and a line drive left field, and it's going to drop in front of Little. Little picks it up. It's going to score 1. Coming to third, and following to second on the throw is going to be Garrison Jones. So coming home to score with run number 9, it's going to be Cazell. He scores from second. On the line drive to left field, fairly deep, going to third is Avila. And Garrison Jones gets a single. He goes to second on the throw to third. So second and third now and 2 outs with Dalton Irwin the shortstop up and checks his swing. Ball one. He walked and scored in the first and then grounded out fairly hard to scare at shortstop back in the third. Godina working hard again here in the fourth. And that one is going to be a dribbler foul. Left at third base. Third base coach throws it back in. 1-1 the count. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in. Godina out of the full windup. And the breaking ball looks close. It wasn't close enough. 2-1 the count. The wind has certainly played a role out here today. We've had 2 home runs so far in this game. And a swing and a miss at a high one. 2-2 the count. We've had a couple of pop flies drop in foul territory. Well, one that I can think of in foul territory that the wind took a hold of. 2-2 the count now. Godina trying to get out of the fourth. And there's a strike 3 looking. Gets his 8th strikeout of the game, 2 in the inning. But Mingus does give up 2 on 3 hits. Couple of RBIs here in the 4th inning. Bradshaw extends the lead 9-2. The Mingus Marauders coming up. It'll be the heart of the order. Xavier Buckner, Balo, and Cameron Davis coming up when we return after this.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Ramirez comes out for his 4th inning of work. Gave up 2 in the first. A single and then a home run, a 2-run shot by Balo. Took care of everything in the second. Took Mingus up 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. And then in the third, again, the Mingus Marauders go 1-2-3 with 1 strikeout. So Ramirez has 3 strikeouts in the game. And Buckner has one of those hits for the Mingus Marauders. An infield single. He hit it to the hole between short and third, and once it got past Collier at third base, Irwin really didn't have a shot at it because Buckner runs well, especially for a catcher out here. Ramirez delivers, comes in with the strikes, challenges Buckner with the fastball for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Buckner came into today's competition batting .511. Hard shot, right center field, and that is going to be caught out there by the center fielder, Levisay, picking up a lot of ground. He was playing pretty much dead center and had a long ways to go. A sliding catch out there. If he doesn't catch that, Buckner's got a triple for sure. And that was a heck of a contact out there. Even his outs are hard. How about that? Ben Balo batting second here in the 4th inning. Last time up, a home run. Second home run of the season. Looks at ball 1. That is the only 2 RBIs here for the Mingus Marauders. 1-0 delivery from Ramirez. A swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Ramirez extremely methodical out there on the mound. Delivers and a little slow roller toward the third baseman, and had that not gone off the plate or off of the batter in one way or another, that would have been a great swinging bunt, but instead it's a strike. 1-2 the count now to the Mingus Marauders senior second baseman. Ramirez nods, acknowledges the sign, delivers, and fouled off. Stays in the backstop area. Davis on deck, goes and retrieves the ball for future insertion back into the game. Count remains 1-2. Balo put it out straight center field. And a swing and a miss. It gets by the catcher. He's going to step inside, throw down to first for the out. So the strikeout ends up going 2-3. And that is the fourth strikeout of the game for Ramirez. Cameron Davis steps in. Grounded out to the third baseman, Collier. Back in the first. Third base and shortstop playing very deep. And Davis looks at ball one. Outside, says the umpire. 9-2 the score. Mingus trailing by 7 right now. Bottom of the fourth inning. And Davis looks at that one low. Gets by the catcher. Jones will put a new ball in play. 2-0 the count. Mingus trying to get something going with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And Davis is swinging a miss. 2-1 now. First baseman for the Mingus Marauders. Wide stance, pretty much the middle of the box. Full windup out here by Ramirez. He delivers and a swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2 the count. Davis looking to make contact here. Shorten up the swing a little bit. Ramirez delivers and it's strike 3. And the strikeout will end the fourth inning for the Mingus Marauders. 2 strikeouts in the inning, plus a line out by Xavier Buckner. And the Mingus Marauders have gone up 1, 2, 3, 3 innings in a row, trailing 9-2. Getting late in the game, it's going to be 8, 9, and 1 coming up for Bradshaw. Osby Orenson, Levisay, and Collier back to the top of the order when we return to Mingus Union High School after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Back here on a windy day at Mingus Union High School, want to thank our sponsors, including Reese's Tire, Lawler Construction, and Northern Arizona Healthcare, sponsors of Mingus Marauder baseball and softball here for 2023. As is our friends from Arizona Smile Designers. Just got done with a dental cleaning with them not too long ago. Red Rock Collision, All Price Insurance, Becky Allred out there, and always a part of Mingus Marauder Sports, as well as the whole Taylor family with Taylor Waste. Coming up at top of the 5th inning, start off with Rylan Osby Orenson. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Ball 1 to the right fielder from Prescott Valley. Wearing number 12 out there. It's 0 for 2 in the game so far. And a hard hit shot. Goes to Scarrett shortstop. Picks it up clean. Throws high. Davis comes down. Oh, they call him safe. Davis leaped for the ball. Came down, hit the bag, but they call him safe. And I'm not going to make a call on that one as to whether that's a hit or a throwing error out there. But either way, it puts a runner on base to start the 5th inning out here for the Bradshaw Bears. They need 3 to get a 10-run lead, and that becomes important when you get to the 5th inning. Levasseur will bunt and bunt foul. So 0-1 count. Levasseur is 1 for 2 in the game, singled. Went to second on an error back in the first. Got stranded at second. Struck out in the 3rd. And here in the 5th, batting with 1 on and nobody out. Throw over, not in time at first. Obi Orenson is back. Gets his lead once again. Davis holding him on at first. Out of the stretch is Godina. Godina delivers and the runner goes. The throw comes down and it's going to be too high. Stolen base out there. And a 1-1 count on the batter as a ball was called. Obi Orenson led the team coming in with 9, now has 10 stolen bases on the season. 20 games, it's 1 every other game. Curveball stays high. 2-1 the count. Ran on the breaking ball. Buckner threw down to scare at second. Just threw it to the shortstop side of second. It was there in plenty of time, just not in the right spot. Godina watches a scare, try to keep on the runner at second, and delivers a strike. 2-2. Good concentration out there by Godina. One on, nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Number 9 hitter up. And he'll drive that one through the right side of the infield. And that should score 1. The throw coming home is going to be way too late. And going to second on the throw is going to be Levasseur. So he gets the single and the RBI. There was no way they were going to get the speedster out at home. Coming home to score is Obi Orenson. Going to second on the throw is Levasseur. And Collier steps in. 10-2 now the score. Another lefty. Third baseman wears number 99 on the uniform. Godina delivers right center field. It is deep, going back, and nobody's going to get it. It's going to bounce to the wall. An easy stride home for Levasseur, and a stand-up RBI double out there for the leadoff hitter, who is now been on base 4 times. Pardon me, 5 times. Double in the RBI. Have yourself a game, kid. How about that? Magdaleno steps in. 11-2 now. Still nobody out. And a timeout on the field here, and I wonder if Coach Quesada is going to make a change here. Magdaleno, Vinny, got hit by a pitch and scored in the first, and then ended the first again with a strikeout. Then back in the 4th, got on a fielder's choice on a good play by Godina and ended up scoring back in the 4th. And it looks like Rodriguez is going to come out for the Mingus Marauders to pitch the rest of the 5th inning. Nobody out. Runner on second, representing the 12th run of the game. 9-run lead right now, 11-2 over the Mingus Marauders. We're going to take a break while Rodriguez warms up. We'll be back after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Rodriguez takes over here on the mound for the Mingus Marauders, tries to fill his land hole out there off of the mound. And stepping in, he's got an ERA of 7.45, a record of 1-1 on the season. 4 appearances for Rodriguez. 10 1/3 innings in the season. He's given up 17 hits, 18 runs, 11 of them earned. 12 walks and 7 strikeouts. Umpire says he's got 2 more pitches to warm up out there. Teams are batting .340 against him with an on-base percentage of .476. And he's got to go through 2, 3, and 4. Here in the 5th inning, Magdaleno, second baseman, the left fielder, Josh Cazell, and then the first baseman, Elias Avila. So he's got his work cut out for him. The heart of the order. We're going to start off with another lefty. Magdaleno, the second baseman, steps in wearing number 27 out there. Hit by a pitch and scored in the first, struck out to end the first. Got on a fielder's choice and scored in the 4th, and looks at ball 1 outside. So Rodriguez tasked with making sure that Bradshaw does not score another run, and a foul ball makes it 1-1. Mingus needs to keep this to a 9-run lead going here into the bottom of the 5th to ensure that they get a 6th inning to try to come back against the Bradshaw Bears here. The wind kicking up horribly, and a hard ground ball goes out to Belo. Belo takes it up on the second hop, throws over to Davis, gets the out, and the runner goes over to third. So Collier goes to third on the ground out to Belo. Josh Cazell steps in. He's been a handful out here today, a 2-run triple, or 2 RBI triple, and that one's going to get away from Buckner, and coming home to score without a slide is going to be Collier. One out in the inning, and it makes the score 12-2. So now Mingus has to score in the bottom of the 5th. Base is now empty, 1 out. And that one, hard hit past the shortstop, and a little will pick it up out in left field. Cazell put a charge into that one, got it by a scare, a diving scare, and he is now 3 for 4 in the game with 2 RBIs. Avila, the first baseman, comes up. And an RBI single in the first, a solo home run in the second, and an RBI single in the 4th. And that one's going to bounce up to Buckner. Buckner keeps it close to him. Keeps Casal on first. Ball 1 to the Bradshaw first baseman. Rodriguez out of the stretch. Delivers, and a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count now. Villa scored twice. Back in the fourth, he got stranded at third. 1-1 the count, and he hits him. Got him in the left thigh. So hit by pitch. Moves Cazal over to second. And Avila takes over at first, and we have a new batter in. Randall, Caden Randall will step in to bat for the DH. Patel takes strike one. Seventh batter here in the fifth inning. 3 in, 2 on, 1 out. Rodriguez in relief, and that one gets just behind the catcher. Jumps on it quick, and both runners stay where they are. 1-1 the count. So it started with a single and a stolen base by Osby Orenson. Osby Orenson. Here's the delivery, and that one is low. And a throw down to third, and did they get him? Did they get him? They got him. Umpire was looking to make sure the ball was still in the glove. So a caught stealing out there eliminates Josh Cazal. Cazal off of the bases. Going to second is Avila, but now there is 2 outs. And a 2-1 count to Randall, who hits it on the ground, picked up by Miller across the diamond, and they got him out. So Rodriguez gets out of the inning. However, he gives up 3. Actually, the Marauders give up 3. He gives up 2, and one of those runs charged back to Godina, and it is 12-2. So the Mingus Marauders in the bottom of the 5th need to score to send this on to the 6th inning. We'll find out when we come back after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
New pitcher out here for the Bradshaw Bears, and we're going to get information on him. Number 22 steps in. That's Thomas McLaughlin. So McLaughlin will replace Ramirez, who had a very good day pitching out here today. Gave up 2 runs, 2 hits in the last 3 innings. Actually went 1, 2, 3. McLaughlin has an ERA of 1.62. He's got 3. He's 3-0 on the season, 6 appearances. "13 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned ones, 12 walks, and 17 strikeouts. He will take over in the bottom of the 5th, so the day is done for Ramirez out there. Teams are batting .093 against him. .093. On base percentage of .304 due to the walks. So McLaughlin facing the middle and bottom of the order. It's going to be Coy Miller. 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Mingus Marauders. And an overhand thrower. Misses with the fastball for ball 1. Mingus has got to score 1 for there to be a 6th inning out here today. A 12-2 lead. And there is a strike. McLaughlin throws well over the top. Miller uses the middle of the box, gets himself ready. And there's the pitch outside. 2-1 the count. Mingus needs base runners in any direction here. Going to chip back into getting into this one. McLaughlin delivers and a foul ball. 2-2 the count. Got a piece of it. Corey Miller 0 for 1. A fly out to Levisay in center field, his only at bat so far this game. Leads off here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-2 count from the relief pitcher McLaughlin, and that one's outside. Go to a full count. Lady Marauders are on the road at Bradshaw. They're our next game coming up on Thursday. We will switch fields. It'll be the final broadcast for the softball squad in the 2023 season against the Bradshaw Bears. And a walk to start the 5th inning for the Mingus Marauders. First walk given up in the game by the Bradshaw Bears, and Ethan Cowgill steps in. The designated hitter, a strikeout victim, swinging back in the 2nd inning. Cowgill gives him outside. Ball 1. Miller rather at first, a fairly healthy lead. Takes his gloves off. Well, at least the left one. Right glove is still on. McLaughlin delivers and outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. See if it changes the plan here. See if the count changes the plan for Coach Quesada. On deck for the Mingus Marauders is going to be Brandon Venezuela. Right fielder for the Marauders, and a swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. Took a cut. Second baseman playing up toward the middle of the infield, and they're going to throw back, not in time for Miller. The wind starting to howl once again, blowing out toward left field. And a swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 the count on the designated hitter for the Mingus Marauders. A lot of room, what I was trying to say, a lot of room on the right-hand side. Second baseman, Magdaleno playing way up toward the middle. And the first baseman holding on the runner. Throw back behind Miller at first. Not in time. Cowgill has the bat wiggle and looks at that one outside. Full count. McLaughlin's gone to full count on both batters here in the bottom of the 5th for the Mingus Marauders. Cowgill gets himself reset. McLaughlin delivers, payoff pitch, and it's fouled off. We'll do it again. And the Bradshaw coach finds a flaw with that ball. They're going to throw that one out. New ball in play. Cowgill back up, full count. 1 on, nobody out here, bottom of the 5th. Mingus needs to score. And it's going to be strike 3 looking. McLaughlin gets the strikeout. He has a walk and a strikeout now in the 5th inning. That's the first out for the Mingus Marauders, and Brandon Venezuela steps in. He struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Mingus has got to get Miller across in order to have a 6th inning Otherwise, the 10-run rule is in effect, and that one inside stays inside, ball one. Venezuela, the right fielder for the Mingus Marauders, batting 182 on the season. He's got 2 hits, looking for hit number 3. And instead, he'll look at ball 2, 2-0. McLaughlin uses the right side of that rubber, the very edge of that rubber. Miller with his lead once again. See if Cascada's going to get him moving. Does not. 3-0 the count. Now you definitely don't want to send your runner. Want to wait and see if you can advance him here. Venezuela has looked at 3, 1 inside, 2 outside. McLaughlin delivers, and that one stays high. That's going to be a walk. 2 walks in the inning. The Mingus Marauders have a threat going here, first and second, and 1 out. And Julian Esquer steps in. He lined out on what ended up being an excellent play out there by the center fielder, Levisay. Lined out pretty much to right where he's standing right now in center field. Once again, a lot of space out there on the right side of the infield. And outside part of the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count to the Mingus Marauder shortstop. These 2 teams match up again tomorrow, except they're going to switch the other side of Mingus Mountain. They're going to play at Bradshaw. McLaughlin set, comes to the plate. That one's outside. 1-1 the count. So the Mingus Marauders have 1 with Bradshaw left, 2 with Lee Williams, and 1 with Awafria. We're gonna the 2 with Lee Williams is a doubleheader on Monday. We're gonna have the front end on TV and radio, and the back end of that doubleheader will be radio only. Delivery, and there's a strike. 1-2 now the count to Esquer for the Mingus Marauders.
Come on, Julian, get on, buddy, find a way. Battle, battle.
Esquer batting .302 on the season, 13 for 43, 9 runs, 9 RBIs, and he wastes that one, just fouls it off. Stays alive until he gets something else that he might like. However, that outside pitch, if you're able to take it to right field, that would probably be pretty awesome. There is a lot of room out there as the Mingus Marauders are up in the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing 12-2. And that's going to be a ground ball going to the second baseman. He gets by him, takes a bad shot, and the Mingus Marauders will come home. Miller will turn from third and come home. Takes a bad bounce out there, and it gets back into right field. And so with the RBI is going to be a scare, and that makes it less than a 10-run game, which means that we will have a 6th inning. Coy Miller comes home to score run number 3 for the Marauders. 12-3 the score. First and second still. 1 out and back to the top of the order we go with McGurk. Girk is 0 for 2 in the game. He lined out to the second baseman, low line drive, and then popped out to the first baseman. Has a lot of room on that right-hand side. He'll drive that one to the right fielder. It is high, and he will make the catch and not tagging in time out there at second base, not getting back in time. So it's going to be the fly out to the right fielder for out number 2. McGurk trying to put it over the right fielder, and once you do that, you got lots of room to run. Pop Scodina will step in. 2 on 2 out now, 1 in for the Mingus Marauders. Pops is 0 for 2 in the game. Flying out to center field, and then struck out in the third and looks at ball 1. Mingus trying to chip away at this lead. Bottom of the 5th inning, trailing 12-3, but now there will be a 6th inning because they did score, making it less than a 10-run game. McLaughlin in relief catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 1-1 the count. Godina started at the pitching spot here today. Trying to help out his own cause, and there's a strike. 1-2 inside part of the plate now. Got a scare on first with an RBI single up the middle. Compliments of a bat hop going through the middle of the infield. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. McLaughlin gets the strikeout, gets out of the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning and 2 walks in the inning to go along with it. But Mingus scores 1 to make the score 12-3. A 6th inning will happen, and it will be the middle of the order. It's going to be the catcher Jones, Irwin the shortstop, and Osby Orenson, the right fielder, coming up for the Bradshaw Bears when we return to Mingus Union High School after this.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We are homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $19 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Rodriguez will come out for his 2nd inning of work out here for the Mingus Marauders. In relief, well, the Mingus Marauders get 1. Coy Miller started off with the walk and came around to score on the RBI single by a scare. And that means that we have a 6th inning out here. Now Rodriguez has got to put the brakes on this Bears offense out here. Garrison Jones, the catcher, steps in. Jones is 2 for 3 in the game. Pair of singles and scored back in the 1st inning. The 1st inning was rough for the Mingus Marauders. They gave up 6 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd. In the 3rd, Godina put down the Bears 1-2-3. And a hard hit ball. It takes a candy hop out there for Balo. Balo over to for Cameron Davis for the out. Hard hit ball, but it's going to be a ground out going 4-3. That one did not look like it was going to bounce high like that, but it did. Ended up being a candy hop out there for Balo, but certainly not what you were expecting. Dalton Irwin, the shortstop, comes up. He walked and scored back in the 1st, struck out in the 2nd. And he'll hit this one high, left center field. Little going back, he's got a beat on it and will make the catch. Gave it a ride, but it ends up being a fly out to the left fielder Little out there. And Rylan Obi-Orenson, the right fielder, steps in. He is 1 for 3 in the game. Popped out to Balo in the 1st. Struck out in the 3rd. And then singled and stole a base and scored back in the 5th. And here in the 6th, he takes a strike. Rodriguez trying to get the Bears in order here in the top of the 6th. And a swing and a miss. Quickly ahead of Osby Orenson. 0-2 now the count. 12-3 your score. Mingus trailing to the Bradshaw Bears. Bradshaw number 10 in 4A baseball. Rodriguez takes his time, delivers, and gets a swinging strike, gets out of the inning. A very efficient inning for Rodriguez and the Mingus Marauders as he gets 3 outs on 6 pitches for the 6th inning. For the bottom of the 6th inning, Mingus has got to produce some runs. Coming up, it is going to be 3, 4, and 5. Buckner, Balo, and Davis coming up for the Mingus Marauders when we return after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
Bottom of the 6th inning for the Mingus Marauders, 3, 4, and 5, and a new pitcher on the mound. For the Bradshaw Bears, it's going to be Caden Randall. Caden Randall comes in, a righty wearing number 14 on the black jersey out there. He is a sophomore. See if we can get some stats out here for you. An ERA of 0.78. 0.78, which is very impressive. He is 1-0 on the season. He has pitched 9 innings, given up 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And so the sophomore comes in trying to close it down against the Mingus Marauders. Mingus, down by 9, needs to chip it away. You don't want to leave all of it here in the bottom of the 7th. By not allowing Bradshaw to score in the 6th, they have ensured a 7th inning for themselves. And so there is hope. Buckner, the catcher for the Mingus Marauders, looks at that one outside. Buckner has hit the ball hard twice. It's 1 for 2. He singled and then scored on the Balo home run. That one will bounce to the plate, making it 2-0. Then a line out to right center field, mostly center field. An incredible play by Levisay, who should be watching the rebroadcast so he can just see that catch right there alone. Buckner looks at ball 3. Not even close. Being super careful out here with Buckner. Don't blame you. He's hit the ball hard twice. And a strike on the outside part of the plate at the knees. Obviously not what Buckner was looking for. So 3-1 count, and the wind starts to roll. And it's going to be a hard ground ball going to the second baseman. He runs hard and out at first as it goes Magdaleno over to Avila. So the ground out goes 4-3. Hit it hard. Just unfortunately one of those right at him again. Ben Balo steps in. He is 1 for 2 in the game and looks at strike 1. Inside at the knees. Balo, a two-run home run in the first. A strikeout victim, had to get thrown out in the 4th. And that one's no good. So 1-1 the count. Bottom of the 6th inning, the Mingus Marauders trailing 12-3. Randall in relief, throws that one inside. Balo moves the legs out of the way, 2-1. Bradshaw Bear pitcher fills the hole on the mound, now delivers and gets a called strike. 2-2, he keeps the ball low, there's no doubt about it. Balo now has to protect up with a 2-2 count. Here's the delivery, and he does. Breaking ball is going to be in the strike zone, fouls it off, gets another shot. Count remains 2-2. Mingus scored 2 in the first and 1 in the fifth. Coy Miller came around after a leadoff walk in the fifth. And Balo looks at that one low. Full count now to the Mingus Marauders second baseman. Trying to get something going here in the bottom of the sixth with 1 out. Randall works quickly, and a hard shot through the hole between shortstop and third base, and that'll be a clean single out there for Balo. He's 2 for 3 in the game. That's going to bring up Cameron Davis. Cameron Davis is 0 for 2. Grounded out to Collier at third base and struck out in the fourth. Has plenty of room out there on the right side of the infield. And a topper to the third baseman who picks it up, throws across the diamond, not even close. And then called out, getting tagged out as he thought the ball was foul, I think, but running back to first base was Ben Balo out there, and he gets tagged out. So it ends up being an infield single out there for Cameron Davis. But out number 2 is Ben Balo as he wanders off of second base. Coy Miller comes up with 1 on and now 2 outs. And looks at strike 1. Thought about swinging, checked it. He is 0 for 1 in the game, flied out to Levisay in center back in the second, walked and scored. And a ground ball up toward the middle. Shortstop comes up, flips over to second, and we'll get the force at second. And the Mingus Marauders go down quietly here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 7th inning coming up. Mingus does get to a 7th inning, 12-3. Mingus has to hold them, and then they've got to do all of their catching up here in the bottom of the 7th when we return after this.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Well, Rodriguez will come out for another inning of work out here against the Bradshaw Bears. Had a great inning of work, 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. And for the Bradshaw Bears, it's going to be Levisay, the center fielder, number 9. Collier back to the top of the order. Collier and then Magdaleno for the Bradshaw Bears. Got some further information on what was going. Ben Balo was on the move, and so he was stealing. He did not see that high chopper actually hit the ground, so he thought that the third baseman actually caught the ball. So he was trying to scamper back to first, thinking that he needed to get back to first so he didn't get doubled off. And unfortunate situation for the Mingus Marauders, and that bad bounce, if you will get the Mingus Marauders out of that 6th inning. Top of the 7th, here we go. Rodriguez throws one right by Levisay. Strike 1, the count. Second full inning of work out here for Rodriguez. And Buckner walked over to the near side toward the dugout, gets himself reset, and we're back to play. And that one is going to be outside. I don't know if he went to get another glove or what. 1-1 the count. Top of the 7th. Bradshaw scored 6 in the first, 1 in the second, and he'll foul that one off. That'll get a piece of the umpire out there, and he'll take a walk to try to walk that one off. Look at the baseball. That one, yeah, I think that got a piece of a bare arm or something. Somewhere where there isn't a whole bunch of armor. 1-2 the count. As I was saying, 6 in the first. Bradshaw jumped on the Mingus Marauders quickly. 1 in the second. In the fourth, they were able to get 2 across, making it 9-2. 12-2 with 3 more in the fifth. Went in order in the sixth. Leadoff hitter here in the seventh, and he hits him. Third hit by pitch. So going down to first is Levisay, the center fielder. Collier steps in. It's been hard to keep off a base. He's been on base every time. And the lefty takes a strike. Rodriguez works right at him. Singled and scored in the first. Also got hit by a pitch, so he was on base twice in the first. Singled in the third. 0-1 delivery. Strike 2. Nice. Singled again in the fourth. And then had an RBI double in the fifth and scored. And a hard shot left field. Little making his way over there, and he's not going to get to it. It's going to fall in fair. Coming all the way around to score from first base is going to be Levisay. And another RBI double out there for Collier. 0-2 count, and he went with it. Out to left field, near the line. A long run out there by Little. Couldn't catch up to it. So 1 on, nobody out, and the ball gets by the catcher. Collier will head on to third. Magdaleno, the batter, he has scored twice in the game. He got hit by a pitch in the first and scored. Struck out in the second. Got on a fielder's choice in the fourth, but scored. Grounded out in the sixth, and he'll foul that one off. One the count. Rodriguez on in relief here for the Mingus Marauders. Mingus trails 13-3. A big swing and a miss. 1-2. Went after him outside part of the plate, higher in the strike zone. Magdaleno, the second baseman. 1-2 count. Rodriguez delivers, and it stays outside. 2-2 the count. Fifth at bat in the game for Magdaleno. And Rodriguez misses outside. Full count now. Collier is sitting on third base. An RBI double, went to third on a wild pitch. Payoff pitch coming. And a hard hit ball left center field. And Little makes the catch. Tagging at third is Collier, and not going to get it in time. So a sacrifice fly gets the RBI and makes it 14-3. That becomes out number 1 in the 7th inning. Cazell steps in. He has scored twice. 2 RBI triple in the first, struck out in the second, singled and scored in the fourth. Looks at ball 1 here. Singled in the fifth, and then actually got thrown out by Buckner trying to steal third back in the fifth. That one stays high for ball 2. And the wind persists out here today. blowing out now toward left center field. Rodriguez out of the full windup with the bases empty. Ooh, and that one's too close. Ducking out of the way is Casal. Had to move the helmet out of the way. 3-0 count now. Left fielder here for the Bradshaw Bears. Has a green light, drives that one to right field, and making the catch about knee high out there is going to be Venezuela for the Mingus Marauders. Hit it hard. Well played out there by the Mingus Marauder right fielder, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 hard hit balls, 1 sacrifice fly here, and now just a fly out with the bases empty, and Avila steps in. Avila's been on base 4 times and drives that one left field, and that one is not going to be caught. That is going to bounce up against the wall, getting the ball in, but getting into second with a stand-up double out there is going to be Avila, the first baseman. Puts himself in scoring position just like that. Singled and scored in the first with an RBI, and a home run in the second. Singled with an RBI in the fourth and got stranded at third. Hit by pitch in the fifth. And now a double to his repertoire as Rodriguez now delivers low. Batter is going to be Randall. Randall, the third pitcher for the Bradshaw Bears, up with 2 in, and there is a 2-0 count. That one gets away. Scampering on to third is going to be Avila. 2-0 the count to Randall. Randall grounded out back in the 5th inning with his first at bat. And he hits him. Another hit by pitch out there. Puts runners on first and third, and Coach Quesada is going to come out to talk to Rodriguez. 14-3 the score. We're going to take a break here from Mingus Union High School to see if we get a pitching change here. With 2 outs in the top of the 7th, we will be back right after this.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
And Rodriguez continues out here on the mound for the Mingus Marauders. Throws the first one inside to a new batter. It's going to be Shefford. Shefford batting for Garrison Jones, the catcher, looks at ball 2. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Rodriguez trying to get out of it here. Mingus now trailing by 11. 14-3. And a big swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. See if Shefford actually steps in to play catcher, or if there's a replacement catcher here in the bottom of the 7th for the Bradshaw Bears. And he'll drive that one foul. Down the third baseline. Big hopper for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Garrison Jones was 2 for 4 in the game. Singled and scored in the first, singled in the fourth. It's going to be a full count. Ball 3. And a ground out and a strikeout to go along with it. Rodriguez with the payoff pitch. And it's going to be a strike. It gets away from the catcher. He's going to pick it up, throw it down to Davis at first. Gets the out, so the strikeout ends the inning and goes 2-3 for the Mingus Marauders. However, Bradshaw scores more as they extend their lead to 14-3. The Mingus Marauders have one more at bat coming up in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be the bottom of the order. Ethan Cowgill, Brandon Venezuela, and Julian Esquer coming up when we return after this.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Dalton Irwin, the shortstop, will come in to pitch the bottom of the 7th. So it is musical pitchers out here for the Bradshaw Bears. See if we can get some stats on Irwin. Irwin has an ERA of 1.75, 2 appearances on the season. He's pitched 4 innings. He's given up 4 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout in limited performance time out there. Shefford will step in and stay in to play catcher for the Bradshaw Bears. So we have a new duel altogether. Caden Randall will go play shortstop for the Bradshaw Bears. Ethan Cowgill steps in and looks at ball 1. Nobody out. Mingus needs 11 to tie to go into extra innings. And out of the stretch, even with nobody on, is Irwin. 2-0 count now. Cowgill's got the bat wiggle. Oh, and he takes that one in the back. Raises his arms in victory back to his dugout as he does get on to lead off. Gets on the painful way with the hit by pitch. But bruises heel. Getting on base in the bottom of the 7th. That's a memory. There we go. Venezuela up and looks at that one inside. That one was pretty close too. Venezuela moved the legs, got the knees out of the way of that pitch. Cowgill took his in the back. And that one is low for ball 2. Irwin hasn't thrown a strike yet here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 5 pitches in. 2-0 count to the Mingus Marauder right fielder. And he hits it hard. Right center field and going back on it and not getting it and bouncing over the wall for a ground rule double. Out there is going to be Brandon Venezuela. He put a charge into that one. That is the first thing that has gotten over Levisay out there in center field. So Mingus now has something going. Cowgill goes to third on the ground rule double. Had that not bounced out of the park, Cowgill may have scored on that one, but nonetheless, Mingus needs 11 to tie. Scare steps in, and he is 1 for 2, swings at the first one for strike 1. Lined out to center field and had an RBI single back in the 5th. So he's 1 for 2 here today in an 0-1 count. Runners on second and third. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th. And that's a ball. 1-1 the count. Mingus has scored 3. They're trailing 14-3. They scored 2 in the first on a 2-run shot by Balo. An RBI single by a scare in the 5th, and that one's inside. 2-1 now the count. 14-3 out here today. Mingus trying to cut into that lead. The last inning, so Mingus has to get all 11 back. And a swing and a miss. 2-2 the count to the Mingus Marauders shortstop. Trying to get a few back on this one. We just need non-outs is what Mingus needs. And that's going to be strike 3 looking, caught the outside part of the plate. So Irwin gets the strikeout for out number 1, and we go to the top of the order for McGurk. McGurk is 0 for 3 and definitely due. Lined out to second, little soft liner. Popped out to the first baseman and then flied out to right field. And he'll hit that one up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. One will score. They're going to send the second. And coming around to score as the Mingus Marauders get 2 on the 2 RBI single by McGurk on the first pitch he sees. Ethan Cowgill comes in for run number 4, run number 5 represented by Venezuela. One out, one on, 2 in, 14-5 now. As the Mingus Marauders trying to pose a comeback. And it's Mingus has Godina, Buckner, and Balo coming up. 2, 3, and 4 here for the Mingus Marauders. Irwin delivers and a pop fly out of play. No one's going to get to that one. Stays in the green grass area, so somebody's going to go retrieve it. That's going to be strike 1. 0-1 count to Pops Godina. And he'll put that one into right field. Will it get down? It does. And it bounces away from the right fielder. Going on to third is going to be McGurk. McGurk goes first to third on the single out there to right field by Pops Godina. A line drive to the right fielder, dropped. A hard hit, and then it bounced, took a weird bounce on him. I think, honestly, that doesn't end up being an error because I think McGurk was going to third on that play regardless, even if he picks it up clean. So first and third now, and Buckner comes in. Xavier Buckner is 1 for 3 in the game. He's hit the ball hard every time he's been up. And he will look at strike 1. Singled and then scored on the home run by Balo in the first. Lined out to the center fielder back in the 4th. Ground out to the second baseman hard in the 6th. And a shot left center field. Going back is going to be the left fielder, and it's by him. It's going to drop to the fence. 1 run is in, and it's going to end up being a double out there by Buckner. McGurk comes around to score. On to third is Godina. Trailing him, going on to second with the RBI is Buckner, and he's ended up 2 for 4 in the game. And the Mingus Marauders have tightened it up again, 14-6. 2 on. Nope. Yep, 2 on. There we go. 2 on, 1 out, and Balo is up, who is 2 for 3 in the game. 2-run home run in the first, a single in the 6th. And he looks at strike 1. Weird play back in the 6th. He was trying to steal on a high hopper and then thought the ball was caught by the third baseman. And he'll ground that one foul. Falls in the hole, 0-2. Quickly out here by the second baseman for the Mingus Marauders. Bradshaw playing for outs. Mingus playing for runs out here. Second and third, 1 out. And they're going to throw to third. And jumping over the runner is Collier. Got Godina over on third, although I think they have a pinch runner in there for him. Irwin delivers, and it bounces to the plate. 1-2, the count. A.J. Amiri running for Godina at third, and that's going to be fouled. He stays alive. Wastes a good pitch by Irwin. 14-6, bottom of the seventh. This is it for the Mingus Marauders. They need 8 more to tie. 2 on, second and third, 1 out. And a fly ball center field should be deep enough for a sac fly. And the catch is made. They're going to throw to third. And coming home without a score, or without a throw rather, is going to be Amiri. So a sacrifice fly out there by Ben Balo. Gets the RBI. Makes it 14-7. Mingus has cut the lead in half, and Cameron Davis steps up with 2 out, and he's going to ground that one to the shortstop, and it goes through him. And Mingus is going to score another run. So the error on the shortstop out there. And Buckner comes home to score. So Davis is now on. 2 outs in the 9th batter of the inning for the Mingus Marauders, 14-8. 2 out, 1 on. Davis is on first. Coy Miller is up, and Miller looks at strike 1. Irwin just continuing to try to throw strikes out there. Miller has a lot of room on that right-hand side, and he'll drive that one right to the shortstop, and making the catch for the final out of the game. Mingus put a charge into the bottom of the 7th, but falls short. They score 5 in the bottom of the 7th, but fall and lose to the Bradshaw Bears by a score of 14-8. And that is going to be it here for the Mingus Marauders. They fall to the Bradshaw Mountain Bears. First of all, they struggled. I have to say this. They struggled to get back in this game to force a 6th inning and then a 7th inning. And even though they gave up a couple of runs in the top of the 7th, battled back and scored 5 in the bottom of the 7th. Hopefully that is something to build upon, as these two squads will match up again tomorrow, as they will go at it at Bradshaw Mountain. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll look at final stats for the Marauders and the Bears when we return after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, the Marauders fall in 7 innings by a score of 14-8 out here to the Bradshaw Bears. The Bradshaw Bears, the number 10 team, and 4A rankings and see if they crawl up another position when they redo the rankings coming up tomorrow. Heading toward the back end of the season, we have got some more coverage for you. Coming up on Thursday, it is going to be the final softball coverage of the season as the Mingus Marauders will host the Bradshaw Bears on Thursday. And meanwhile, the same baseball team will be over the hill playing the Bradshaw Bears at Bradshaw in Prescott Valley. For the Mingus Marauder baseball squad, the next time we are going to be back is going to be Monday. That'll be a doubleheader, and it's going to be something interesting. We're going to do the front end of the doubleheader, and that will be a TV coverage, and then the second half of the doubleheader is going to be radio only, and then we pick up the final game of the season, which is Wednesday, and that is going to be the 19th against the Agua Fria Owls. That will be the final game of the season, and it will be senior day for this Mingus Marauder baseball squad. Wes Collier was on base every single time he was up during the course of the game, as he ended up 4 for 5. He ended up 5 for 5 in the game with 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and 2 doubles in the game. Had a couple of singles to go along with it, 3 singles to go along with it, and also was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Magdaleno ends up scoring 2 runs in the game. Was hit by a pitch in the first inning and scored. Got on a fielder's choice and scored. Had a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the 7th, the final run scored for the Bradshaw Bears. So 2 runs in the game as he ends up 0 for 3, but scores a run and has an RBI to go along with it. Cazell, the left fielder here today, scored twice, and he was 3 for 5 in the game. A single and a 2 RBI triple going back to the first inning. The first inning was the key to this game. 6 innings, Bradshaw, 6 runs Bradshaw puts up in the top of the first inning. Mingus just never quite recovered from that. Avila had a game out here today. Ends up on base 5 times, 4 for 4 in the game, 2 runs scored. Had 3 RBIs in the game, as well as a home run and a solo home run and a double. Patel ends up 0 for 3 in the game, 3 strikeouts, and Randall ends up 0 for 1, a ground out to a scare at shortstop. Hit by a pitch in the 7th inning. That one doesn't count as an at-bat, but it does get you on base. Irwin walked. That's another way to get on base. He got on base and scored that way in the first inning, and other than that, he went 0 for 3 in the game. Obi Orenson ends up 1 for 4 in the game. Singled and stole a base and scored back in the 5th inning. Other than that, a pair of strikeouts and a pop-out. And Levisay, the center fielder out there, has played a great defensive center field, by the way. Ends up in the game on base 3 times, 2 for 3 in the game, a couple of singles. Had an RBI and was hit by a pitch in the 7th inning. We're going to take a final break here in postgame. When we come back, we'll look at the Mingus Marauder final stats when we return after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Back here, the Mingus Marauders make a run at it in the bottom of the 7th inning, scoring 5 runs on 4 hits, a hit batsman, a sacrifice fly to go along with it. And the Mingus Marauders still end up short by a score of 14-8 as they fall to the number 10 Bradshaw Bears in this one. Landon McGurk, the center fielder for the Mingus Marauders, 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, and a run scored in the game. Pops Godina, that started the game pitching, had a great second inning, pretty decent second inning, had a good third inning. Not so much on the first. Gave up 6 runs in the first, and that hurt, and the Mingus Marauders unable to really rebound from that. He ends up 1 for 4 in the game as he got on a single. However, it was pinch run for, and his pinch runner scored for him back in the 7th inning. Xavier Buckner ends up 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI in the game. Ben Balo, 2 for 4, and ended up with 3 RBIs in the game. Had a single, a home run, and a sacrifice fly. Cameron Davis on base twice, but 1 for 4 in the game. A single back in the 6th. Corey Miller, 0 for 3, but 1 run scored in the game. Ethan Cowgill ends up 0 for 2. However, hit by a pitch in the 7th to lead off the 7th, and he came around to score. And that was the first run in the 7th inning for the Mingus Marauders. Brandon Venezuela ends up with a walk in the 5th and a double in the 7th. Ends up 1 for 2 in the game. And a scare rounding it out for the Mingus Marauders, an RBI single in the 5th inning makes him 1 for 3. Mingus loses here today at home to the Bradshaw Bears, a final score of 14-8. It has been my pleasure to be along with you. Brian Phillips on camera out here today. Rainey May, a shower as well on the outfield camera. Our producer, Mike Barkley. I'm Jackie Bessler. Glad to be along with you. Don't forget our next broadcast coming up. We will go over to the softball field, and that will be for the Bradshaw Bears and the Mingus Marauders. That will come up on Thursday, the 13th. And that'll be the last and final softball game of the 2023 season. Then we're back for the doubleheader for Mingus Marauder Baseball. Lee Williams, well, the first one will be on television. The second one will be radio only with when we have 2 with Lee Williams coming up on Monday the 17th. Final broadcast of the regular season will be the Mingus Marauder Baseball Squad and the Awa Free Owls coming up the 19th of April. I'm Jackie Bessler, wishing one and all an absolutely fantastic, wonderful night.
This has been a presentation of Mingus Marauder Sports. Any rebroadcast or use of this broadcast without written permission from Mingus Union High School, Studio G Multimedia, or Yavapai Broadcasting is expressly prohibited. Today's Mingus Marauder game has been sponsored in part by Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Red Rock Collision, locally and family owned and working for you, not the insurance company. And Arizona Smile Designers. Smile big, smile bright. Visit azsmiledesigners.com. Mingus Marauder baseball sponsors also include Lawler Construction, quality built custom homes and commercial projects. Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health and healing people. And All Price Insurance, low monthly rates on reliable insurance. Thank you for tuning in on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Go to YouTube/Verde Valley TV to watch all games on demand.